Our next award is the Wisconsin Organization Philanthropy Award, presented to a corporation, foundation, or organization with an outstanding record of philanthropic, you think I could say that word by now, leadership. The Milwaukee Kitchen Cabinet was nominated by Children's Wisconsin. Please join me in welcoming Christine Hilmer and Gino Fazzari to accept the 2021 award.
Good afternoon. I'm Christine Hilmer. I'm President and CEO of the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. It really is my true honor to be here this afternoon accepting this award on behalf of the Milwaukee Kitchen Cabinet. And thank you to Children's Hospital for the nomination and the recognition. It's been a great partnership, and we truly appreciate what you do. The Milwaukee Kitchen Cabinet is a collaboration between the National Restaurant Association, the Wisconsin Restaurant Association, and local restaurateurs, highlighting the great work that they do each and every day in their communities, while fostering strong relationships with local officials and community leaders. I'm honored to represent these amazing individuals as we're recognized for this award. Initiatives such as the 3 Days of Christmas, Back to School celebration for MPS students, Black History Month luncheons with Senator LaTanya Johnson, who has joined us today. Thank you for being here. And numerous individual restaurant initiatives are examples of what I know and I love about our industry. The restaurateurs and their employees work tirelessly to strengthen and support the communities that they serve. This is not a one or two person initiative. Rather, it's a collaboration between many. I'd like to invite other Milwaukee Kitchen Cabinet members who have joined us today to stand and be recognized. Please stand. And now I am honored to invite my dear friend Gino Fazzari, who's going to talk to you a little bit about an initiative that we have worked with Children's Hospital called Do Good with Food. Gino?
Thank you, Christine. You know, initially, I didn't know if I was going to make it today because I went through a total knee replacement. So I had to make a decision this morning. I said either I manage my pain and take the pain meds, and who knows what's going to come out of my mouth, or I suck it up, do without the meds, and come up here and speak. Let me just say I'm regretting the decision. So, Kitchen Cabinet. Kitchen Cabinet was started about 4 years ago. It was an initiative that came from the National Restaurant Association. And together with the Wisconsin Restaurant Association, it started as a group, an extension of the WRA, to put restaurants together with the community to not only do good, but put them together and see how they can both help each other. I want to thank someone who isn't here today, who should be, our very good friend Omar Sheck from Surge Restaurant Group. Omar was instrumental initially in putting this together. And it was Omar's tireless work along with Christine and somebody who I'm going to mention who doesn't want to be mentioned, my good friend and college buddy Julius from the firm. And now Buddy's going to be mad because he's on the radar. But Buddy, Christine, Omar, myself, along with other restaurant operators, Matt Schmidt from the RC Restaurant Group, Water Street Brewery and Vagabond, Kurt Kluth with Saz's, and there's so many other restaurants that were involved in this. We have Melting Pot, we have Black Husky Brewery. Christine, who else am I missing here? We've got a bunch of restaurants that we've got to mention a couple of them.
Here's the list.
Yeah, so Aria, we have Miller Time Pub, Water Street Brewery, San Giorgio, Calderon Club. So all those restaurants were involved in doing these projects. So as Christine mentioned, the project started with 3 Days of Christmas, the Sherman Park Initiative. We have Senator LaTanya Johnson here, and we did the Black History Month luncheon in Madison. And boy, asking restaurateurs to pack up their stuff and move and do everything out of a remote kitchen in Madison when you have no heating elements, no knives, no anything, it's sort of like a TV show. I mean, I'm wondering where this stuff comes from. But everybody did it and sucked it up. I want to say a couple of things real quick. So out of all of those initiatives, Do Good with Food was my wife Leanne, who's here, it was her idea. One night over supper, she said, you can do a lot of good with food. And I think that we should do something with food and get children's involved. And children's is very near and dear to our heart. And I'll get into that in a second. So I reached out to some restaurant operators and said, hey, can we put some of us together, put our heads together? We're going to donate some money. We'll pick a day, and let's donate a part of our proceeds to children's. And so I had people that were like, yeah, we're on board, we'll do it. Then the pandemic came, and so 2020, we took a year off. Then 2021 came back, and I had to reach out again and make some phone calls. And you want to find out who your friends are when you reach out and say, yeah, we're still sort of in a pandemic, but I have an idea. Let's get together and fundraise for children's when we have restaurants that don't even know if they're going to keep their doors open. But you would be amazed at how many people responded. It's easy to give when your pockets are full. It means that much more when your pockets aren't full. Yet, most of them responded. Some of them said, I think Gino's nuts. Somebody put Lambrusco in his cappuccino this morning. And but most of them said, yeah, we're in, and we did it. And so I want to thank my wife for her idea to do it. I want to thank, again, Matt and Kurt, who are here, who said, we're going to lift up our roll up our sleeves and get to work, and we're going to help you out. And there's a reason why we chose children's to do this initiative, is because it's near and dear to us. And 7 years ago, my wife and I were, I said I was going to keep it together. My wife and I were blessed with our fourth child, Viviana Lucia Filomena. So if you were wondering if Giorgio Gino Fazzari was Italian, Viviana Lucia Filomena pretty much puts that to bed. So Vivi was born, and unbeknownst to us, she had a condition that at 5 days old almost took her life. But God had a plan, and we ended up at Children's, even though we had a hospital 2 minutes away from our house. And again, God writes straight with crooked lines, because had we gone to that hospital, she may not have been here today. Only Children's was able to save her because of the class 1 trauma unit they have. But it just so happened the best of the best of the best were on that day. And my gosh, that's like picking from the absolute A-team. And you have a brand new daughter that is coding, not breathing, no pulse, no heartbeat. And she's on a table, and she is blue. And they start to try and revive her and resuscitate her. And so she's almost 2 minutes without oxygen, and it doesn't look like it's going to come out the way you want it. And then your wife grabs your hand and says, I think you need to baptize her now. And then one of the doctors grabs me and says, Dad, it's okay. You come right over here and you baptize your daughter. And we did. And we didn't know what kind of hope we would have and if she would make it, and there wasn't supposed to be a lot of hope, but you want to talk about unbelievably phenomenal facilities here that we have in our backyard. They saved her life. She was in the NICU for 27 days. And I can tell you today, she is absolutely perfect. We call her the champ because she had to fight for her life the first month. And she's got an unbelievable sense of humor, and she's beautiful. And Children's does that every day. We saw that once. Kids deserve the best, and Children's Wisconsin is the best. So I want to thank them. I want to thank you, because this award isn't about Kitchen Cabinet or WRA or NRA. It's about you. Because if you don't give, if you don't echo our thoughts, if you don't help us drive this, then it doesn't get home. It doesn't make it to where it's supposed to. So, thank you.